Hello everyone, my name is Joe Thatcher and I'm with Midwest Military Equipment out of Washington, Missouri. Behind me here is a M1090 Stewart and Stevenson dump truck. We just finished this up for a local customer. Done some accessories. We don't get too many of these 1090s in anymore. We used to have a few of them, but normally seem to go before we even get them listed. This one we actually had back sitting in our inventory log, and the customer showed up, said he needed an off-road truck to do a clearing project, move some material. He's going to be doing some brush clearing and then also rocking his road and moving some doing some other site work in order to build a lake and some other things. So should be able to take this truck out now and enjoy it and use it, and you know, do exactly what this truck was intended to do. So just kind of wanted to do a walk around video, showcase some of the items about the 1090 dump truck. The bed, as you can see, a little bit different than like a 1083 cargo bed. So the M1090 dump truck bed is a 14-foot bed with a headache rack. The sides, the metal sides themselves, are roughly 18 inches tall. And then we've gone ahead and we put a set of 12-inch sideboards on this just so you can get a little more capacity in the truck. The headache rack, as you can see, it's got these pin mounts on it. The headache rack is actually designed to fold down into the bed to bring the overall height of the truck down if you were to air transport it or try to get it inside of a ship. That was a military thing. This is a boarding ladder for getting on and off the side of the truck. It's stowed here right in the mud flat brackets. As you can see, these mud flat brackets are different than a standard 1083. That actually goes up with the bed itself, which we'll show you that here later in the video. Other than that, transmission, drivetrain wise, suspension wise, all pretty much the same. These are all Meritor RF 611 axles. This particular truck has the 395/85 R20 Goodyear tires on it. The CTIS, we left all the CTIS wheel valves on it. However, we did disconnect the module inside the cab. Whenever this truck came in, tires were bad, had not been serviced in a long time. We put new tires on it, or new takeoff tires on it, new batteries in it. We changed the fuel filters, changed the engine oil filter, changed the transmission filter. We went through each hub, checked and refilled the fluid in those accordingly, along with going through the differentials and adjusting the brakes. He wanted kind of a hassle-free truck, so we actually installed truck light LEDs all the way around, so you can see these LEDs here on the back. We keep these in stock. These will actually, believe it or not, a Humvee, a 900 series truck, an LMTV, they all take the same light. So the truck light lights that we sell come directly from the manufacturer truck light. These are not some surplus old light been on the shelf for 20 years. This is the latest and greatest light that they're currently using on their vehicles. So these are a plug-and-play kit, which these kits are available on our website for every military vehicle. We pretty much have a kit for it. If we don't have a kit for it, we can definitely get you all the independent lights. We do sell them individually as well. So these are a 10 through 32 volts. So like an LMTV is a 12 volt lighting system on it versus that M35A3 right there that we've got loaded up getting ready to go to a customer in Arkansas. That truck there is a 24 volt lighting system. The nice part about these newer truck light omni-volt lights is you can literally take that light off of this truck that's 12 volt, put it on that 24 volt truck there, and be good to go. So very nice feature. Another thing that we added too, as you can see here, this is our 2-inch receiver hitch. The hitch itself is all out of 3/8 inch plate, 3/8 inch gussets. Overall, very, very strong, robust hitch plate here. He adds, in case he wants to pull a trailer around the farm, move some wagons around, you know, this gives you that versatility. Factory pintle still remains. You can still use it. It still oscillates exactly how the factory one should. Going back to kind of the bed on this truck, so being that this is a 1090, it actually has a pneumatic tailgate. So as you can see here, these are pneumatic latches. So there's a cylinder, there's a ram that'll actually pull these latches up, pull them down. And these are spreader chains. So you can actually spread rock with this truck versus a cargo bed that's been converted. You cannot do so without modifying the factory tailgate. This tailgate is also designed where you can fold it down. So if you're going to be doing a lot of brush hauling, you have a different notch here, and those chains are utilized for that again. So you can fold the tailgate down at, like, say, a 90-degree level angle here, or you can fold it all the way down as well. You can see the hinge packs on these trucks are very robust. Large pins there. Usually a very good design. They made a lot of improvements over these versus the 929s. This particular truck as well, we also added our new air dryer kit to it. So this is an 89 air dryer. We provide all the fittings in the kit. The factory air dryers, getting parts for them now are getting a little bit harder to come by if it has an older air dryer on it. This is a new updated dryer. You can see it goes right in the exact same spot as the original dryer does, using the original straps. We give you fittings, new pigtail harness, literally cut 2 wires, hook 2 wires up for the heater. If you don't want to hook up the heater, you don't have to cut anything. It's all plug and play. We also added air conditioning on this truck. So the 1090s, especially 97, 98, 99, later and earlier, did not have factory air. So this has got our MME AC system with air conditioning. So it's got an AM FM radio with Bluetooth, which we can walk around. I can walk around to the other side, or you can, and we'll show that radio and kind of go through some of the characteristics of it as well. So getting to the truck, we've set everything up on keyed power in this truck. So when you're in the vehicle itself, you just go ahead, turn the master switch on, hear the fans kick on, radio powers up, you turn it on AM, FM, Bluetooth, set up for all that. Nice feature about our AC systems is we do have a 6-gang switch panel here, and what we do is we run provisionary wiring right below the bottom panel there, your bottom kick panel. That wiring harness you can then tap off if you want to add extra lights to it or anything like that. You're able to do so very easily. Another big feature is you do not have to remove the factory push-pull valves or the factory heater box. So all that can stay there. This unit sits right here. As you can see, it fits the space really nice, gives you some cup holders. These vents spin 360, so if you're out of the truck and say your wife's in it in the passenger seat, you want all the air blowing on her, you can swing all these vents and shoot all the air you want that direction. It does have, on our switch panel, it does have a SIG port along with a dual USB port, and then it also shows what the voltage is right now. So right now it's on Bluetooth music. You can go through the different modes, aux. Obviously we've got static, don't have it on a radio station. Let me see if I can pop this. Jam out, very loud, even with the truck running. You can still hear it very well. And then whenever you shut that ignition switch off, it shuts this radio off. So you don't have to remember to, like, oh shoot, kind of like the 3-lever light switch. You don't have to remember, hey, I forgot to turn my lights off. When you kick this switch, the radio and the AC system, no matter what position you have it on, it is off. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down just for the sake of the video. AC controls are right here as well, right next to the switch panel, making everything easily accessible for the operator. One thing that you notice, being that this is a 1090, is it actually has a factory tachometer. So the factory tachometer is there, and this accessory panel here. So this is actually going to be the PTO switch. That's the tailgate release switch. How I was talking, the tailgate has a pneumatic cylinder that operates to open and close the tailgate. And then this is the hoist up and down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and kick the hoist on, which is a live power PTO, so you can be in gear if you wanted to be. Obviously, pump volume is based off of RPM, so if the truck's at idle, it's going to go up a little bit slower than it will idled up, but I'll go ahead and hit the up button here. You can see the bed's coming up pretty quick. I can rev it up, run it up even quicker. So the bed's almost at max capacity. What's really nice about these hoists is they give you a very, very, very good dump angle. So once we get that bed up, I'll jump out and kind of go over the hinge pack and how the design is. So the bed's in the full upward position right now. So with the bed up, I'll jump down. We can kind of talk about some of the characteristics of this hoist. So going to the back here, as you can see the dump angle, it's like a 70-degree dump angle. Honestly, anything that you put in this thing, it's definitely gonna slide out, especially with this dump angle. A lot of trucks that you see out on the road, you know, like a Kenworth right off the lot with, say, a Rowe dump body or a Chrysler dump body or any other manufacturer dump body, it's not gonna have a dump angle like this right out of the gate. So it's a pretty awesome feature of these trucks. Did you notice too at the ram system, there is that pneumatic cylinder I was talking about that runs and operates the tailgate. And then this is a single ram system. So it works similar to a scissor hoist, but similar concept, but different overall characteristics. These are bed stops, so if you're going to be working on the truck, these are a safety stop. You flip them up. There's pockets right there in the bed that they go into. I'll pull that back down since we're going to run the hoist down. The valve body, everything is very easy to get to and easy to work on. You can see the valves right there for your up and down are right there. The other valve on the other side, next to that mud dauber's nest that somebody happened to not power wash off, is right there. Transmission cooler fan is right here. Very easy to get to, very easy to work on. That's something like the 1078s do not have a transmission cooler versus 1083s, 1090s have that transmission cooler. Overall, you can tell, very clean truck. We went through, rebuilt the cab pump, the cab lock. Just, you know, made sure this thing's ready to work. We can fold the cab up. I'll talk about kind of the engine. So I'm going to turn this to raise, make sure this is on cab tilt, hit the pump here. So this does have to have, since this is an air over hydraulic cab tilt system, this does have to have air to operate. However, there is a manual override here where you can manually pump the cab on the truck up if you had to. That's what this is designed for right here. So we'll bring the engine up. Obviously, right, first thing you see is the alternator. This is a 100 amp alternator on this truck. You can see brand new oil filter on it. We've gone through, make sure all the hose clamps are good on the engine, all the hoses are in good shape. Belts. Going over to the passenger side, we've got our AC compressor right here. We've got our fuel filter, our fuel water separator filter, our air compressor, our power steering pump. Engine oil dipstick is right there behind the starter. Power steering reservoir dipstick's right there. Cab airbag suspension system's working. This is a transmission oil dipstick, engine oil fill, transmission oil fill, and then this is the sight glass for the cooling system. This is actually the hydraulic reservoir for the wet kit that's on the truck. So you'll see these on the trucks with factory winches as well. They use the same reservoir, same pump, same PTO, which PTOs, if you're wanting to add a wet kit to a truck, we do offer a full PTO kit that is a direct bolt-on for this MD3070 transmission. So if you're thinking about, you don't want to do an electric over hydraulic hoist, or you want to put a spreader bed or any sort of other accessory on the truck that requires hydraulic power, we do offer a direct bolt-on PTO kit. That's very simple. You remove an access panel on the side of the transmission, bolts up just as an OEM PTO would. We'll jump back in the cab and I'll show you through running down the bed. One thing I think is important to touch on as well is I've got this, the AC right now is on the highest setting. As you can hear probably from my mic, you don't really hear it at all, which is a very nice feature. You don't get any extra drone, but temperature coming out of it. We normally charge these where they're coming out about 45 degrees or less at the vents. So what I'm going to do is you can see on the instrument panel here, being that this is a factory PTO truck, you can see the PTO is still engaged, which you can verify there. And what's nice is it has a dump body up warning. So that way I don't take off and go driving with the dump bed up. You've got a nice idiot light or warning light there right in front of you to be able to tell you. So I'm going to run the bed down now. You can see it coming down. Speed it up. So it is a double acting hoist system on the bed. So it'll come all the way down here. We'll get it settled and then we'll kick the PTO switch off here in a second. Once the bed comes down, this light here that says dump body up will go off. So the bed's all the way down, dump body light's off. Now idle the truck back down and disengage the PTO. Go ahead and we'll take a quick little drive down the hill. So this has got a WTEC 2 transmission pad, being that it's an older model of truck. So there's two different transmission touch pads in these trucks. There's a WTEC 3 and a WTEC 2. WTEC 3 is real flat to the dash. WTEC 2 is much taller. Actually, the TCM is built into the WTEC 2. I'm going to kick this AC vent towards myself here. See the RPM gauge is functioning as it should. We're out driving in it. Go down here to the end of the cul-de-sac and turn around. Head back up to the shop. So we road test every truck. I believe this truck had about 10,050 miles on it, so we put about 38 to 40 miles on it. We normally try to put about 50 miles on every truck. You know, it all really depends on how in-depth we go. If we re-gear a truck, we're obviously going to put a lot more miles on it, just due to the re-gear process. Want to make sure everything's right before a customer takes delivery. And, you know, that's the whole idea and concept behind that is, you know, make sure the bugs are all worked out of it and everything will be reliable. One thing that I love about these Stewart Stevensons is the turning radius. You can see here, spin right around inside the cul-de-sac, be right back out on the road. Just blowing a little. So all the Stewart Stevensons have a 7-speed automatic transmission. Transmissions are the same in all of them. Even if it's a dump truck or not, they do not change anything with the transmission. So overall, this truck seems to be great. I think the customer is picking it up later this afternoon. So they'll be picking it up and putting it to work hopefully here in the next week or so. I'm sure he's excited to get it. He's been waiting about 2 weeks for this truck. Our lead time, fortunately, we had a spot where we could flip them in. Right now our lead times are running about 6 to 8 weeks, but pull back into the lot here. So this thing is going to get run back into the shop one more time just for a quick final QC, and then our customer will be picking it up today. So if we get any more 1090s in, be sure to reach out to us if you're looking for one. Never can tell what our inventory is going to be. We might have one tomorrow, you know, for that matter. I'm always buying and acquiring trucks, always looking for new inventory. Or if you've got a truck that you're wanting to sell and you saw one of our videos, found us on the web and were like, hey, I had this truck, enjoyed it, played with it, maybe it's time to sell it, you know, feel free to reach out to us. We've bought quite a few trucks back from customers, you know, that have put them out, used them, worked them, done what they needed to do. Or maybe they're just going after a different hobby, you know, they enjoyed their truck and had their fun with it and ready to move on. You know, that's something that we're definitely not opposed to. So we appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. Please leave some comments below. We'd love to hear your feedback on how our videos are going. We're going to start trying to do a couple of these every week of just kind of what we got going on, what we've got coming in and out of the shop, kind of keep you up to date on what our new inventory is and what sort of product we're putting out there. So be sure to like and subscribe. You can check us out online at MidwestMilitaryEquipment.com or give us a call at 636-900-9046. Thanks for watching.